Hey everybody, my name is Angie Murenga. You're watching Just Angie, and it's Mwenyenchi Monday. And I have a guest, Dorcas Karanja. Welcome, Dorcas.
Thank you.
And I want to start by defining governance, because I feel like we're in a season of governance and power. Actually, I know that governance and power is what the season is about. But also when you talk about Mwenyenchi, it's about us governing and being governable and taking back the nation and making it more governable. And governance is about power, is about order. Yeah, that's the word, it's about order. So I just want to take the Wikipedia dictionary reference. Says governance is all the processes of governing, whether undertaken by a government, market, or a network, whether over a family, I love that, tribe, formal or informal organization, or territory, and whether through the laws, norms, power, or language of an organized society. And I love that because it's a culture, yeah? And it relates to the process of interaction and decision making among the actors involved in a collective problem that leads to the creation, reinforcement, or reproduction of social norms and institutions. In lay terms, it could be described as the political process that exists in between formal institutions. But we're not political, yeah? And that's amazing, because even Jesus Christ, I remember the disciples thought this was about politics. Remember they were asking him, hey, so now who is, how are you giving us back governance politically? But they didn't understand first the governance was spiritual, then it was, I think, cultural. There's a cultural element there.
Yes.
And restoring the governance of God, I think, in family, in marriage, in leadership, in self, you know, that's where I feel that the power of Mwenyenchi Monday and also the culture, changing the culture of the Kenyan and changing the culture of the nation will come in. That's what governance is about. That's how we're taking it back. We're taking it back by first changing us, you know, and then seeing what around us. How can we bring governance, order, systems and structures that grow society, that make the society more connected, that promote, I guess, a good sense of living, you know, so just making the society an amazing society where everybody has access, you know, access to all the access to healthcare, access to education, access to opportunities, to platform, because I feel that's what's lacking. When we talk about taking back the nation, it was like the conversation started from that it's sort of like a closed economy, like it's closed, like there may be a few players here who are benefiting from the economy or even the entire nation instead of all of us benefiting. And then you brought in an angle about business, which I like that, because it says even a government or a market or a network. So you were talking about business leaders and governance.
And I think it's important because, as you're saying, it begins with us being governable and being able to govern ourselves. Then you take it a step further and say, as a business leader, I'm running this business or this enterprise. Instead of just going for the profits, which has been practice across, especially I can speak within our environment in Kenya, where you find maybe people just copy-pasting ideas or just going into business just to make money with not really an end to it. It's reordering that and saying, how can I bring order into this? How can I model my business to be able to bring in a good business model that can address issues for the people who are within the business and the people who are also without the business. How can I influence my employees, suppliers, the people that I work with, internally and externally, so you're able to address issues, societal issues, relational issues, social issues, using your business by putting in the proper policies, system structures, and a model which addresses, you know, the different issues. So you just govern, but through your business enterprise, you know, and bring about that change that people need. So it needs us to be more, as a business leader, you have to be more strategic about how you execute your business and how you carry it out, and even how you structure it, just to be able to address, because you know we can't continue turning a blind eye. We are saying taking back our nation. And you find a lot of people pursue things from a perspective of, I want more, I want more. But now we are saying, can we think about the effect of our actions? And then can we reorder our output so that it brings in that desirable result that we want? What do we want? We want to see a better Kenya. We want to see people enjoying a higher quality of life. It's no use having an employee who cannot probably sufficiently take their child to hospital, so you have to pump in maybe more money, harambes and all that to get quality health care. How can you as a business use your influence and your voice to bring in about solutions that can address all these issues? Then by raising that quality of life, everyone benefits from that arrangement.
And you see, because it reminds me of Nehemiah, how everybody has to do their part wherever they are. So it could even be just as a business leader, you and your organization, you have healthcare facilities for everybody, at every rank and level in you make sure everybody is covered, and the ones who even need it the most have it. Sometimes we find that the one who need it the most, the one who can even pay cash, is the one who has a better health cover than the other people. So sort of like even equity, I'm always demanding about equity as well, the equitable distribution of the resources that God has given us. I remember once a friend of mine went to, I think, a certain school, and she came back and she was so sad, and I was asking her why. She said, but they have so much, you're like, honestly, they have so much. Even you, when will you give? And it's very important to keep giving. I've even been known to tell even leaders, you're going away on a holiday, maybe you're going to spend $1 million shillings on your holiday. Just make sure somebody else, tithe the holiday as well. Make sure somebody else has a holiday also. If it's education, make sure that people around you, also their children are receiving a good education. Just take one life and change that life. And if we're all on the lookout, because I keep hearing that scripture where it says that Jesus Christ went about doing good and healing them. He had compassion on them. So I think we also have to have a compassionate worldview. The business is successful. I'm doing well. Nobody said I want your success. I'm doing well. My business is successful. How can I spread this? How can I increase this? How can I model this? Then we're very secretive, even about money and what we do. Because I'm thinking then if it's not money, then can you model, can you teach somebody else how to do business and to be successful in business? Teach somebody else, I wish people would coach people, mentor people, guide people into doing something and doing well. And I always say, instead of taking 10 people, maybe take 1 or 2 and do it properly. Therefore, then we'll have the Nehemiah effect, because everybody will be building. And it's like, small pockets of order and governance coming in, even into that business, and good sense for the people will cause the nation now to prosper. It's a ripple effect. It's like when you throw a stone into a body of water, it just starts, you just see the circles, So it will have a ripple effect. And I think that's something that we need to do.
I find that it starts with running, being purposeful about the business that you run. Like if I may use this as an example, sometimes you may find a business or an entity wanting to use probably maybe a corporate social responsibility project, probably to look good or to get that feel that I've helped someone, but in essence, they've really not helped someone. So but even find an entity that really puts in a lot of resources, a lot of employs a lot of resources in terms of money, in terms of human resource, doing big projects. But even when you look internally at that organization, they could have helped one person out there, but the people inside the organization itself are struggling and are suffering. So you look at it and you're like, there's no balance, because you're saying you're helping, but if I look at your activities and the way that you run your business, there's something that is left to be desired, So I feel like if you're more purposeful about your business, you'd be able to reorder the way you do things. Start from home, charity begins at home, then move out. But imagine if within a radius, if every 3 out of 10 businesses, were purposeful, were deliberate, intentional, and
wanting to see better.
Can you imagine the kind of impact that they would have on the society? Because we've seen organizations that started small, but that just sought to solve an issue in society, and they even grow big, not as a result of because as a result of that solution that they are providing being needed, being wanted, and being modeled elsewhere. And it's helping the society. Yes. Like there's one that comes to mind, of course I can't say it, but I love the fact that they have a foundation, you know, and that when people got into business, they started a foundation. And in this foundation, now this foundation was so diverse and helping different people. Of course, God is going to bless such kind of entity. That's governance, you know. It's just good governance, and God will back what is bringing
his governance into the earth, even if it's not the name. You don't have to say that we're doing this in the name of God. But I love the precept that God, you can hear his heart and then give it a voice and give it hands and feet. This is his heart. He has compassion on those who don't have, who are poor, who feel hopeless, who don't know, how do I get out of this? You just give them a helping hand. You know, you dig boreholes for people, you provide water. That's all. They just need a solution. That it's not even maybe your business is involved in something else, but you put this money aside and said, let's look around in the society, in the community, and see what we can do and how we can help people. Because sometimes I also feel like we're eating people's destiny. You know, we can sit in one meal, either eat it physically or drink it in one round here, somebody's destiny, somebody's future, where you could just walk in somewhere, pay school fees for somebody, or say who's struggling here and educate them, and you've changed that person's life, rather than we ate it or we drank it. Really?
And it reminds me of the conversation we had about governance, where there are so many prisoners who cannot raise a bail of 500 shillings in our systems.
500. And you can eat something, God forbid when you choke on it. What is it? How do you eat 500 is even a good, I mean, a bail of 500 or a lack of information or lack of access. I know there are many people doing things who go even maybe to prisons, help people out, you know, give them knowledge and stuff like that. But I think what we need to do is become more. Whatever your sphere of influence is, wherever you are as a business leader, as an entrepreneur, or as somebody who is employed, but you're a leader in business and in governance, you really have to think about the people who are around you, you know? And it reminds me of one lady who, I think she was also going through PLF, and then she just all of a sudden noticed that the lady who helps her with the house was looking very sad and very, you know, just looking weighed down. So you know, you ask her, what's up? Like Nehemiah, you know, the king asked, Allah, Nehemiah, what's up? So she says, oh, now she's been struggling. She's been able to pay school fees for her daughter up to this point, but I think she was going to high school. And now she's pondering, how is she going to afford high school? So can you imagine the PLF paid for the ladies, paid for her daughters, all her education. Now you can imagine, that's like, it's like just putting a burden down and you just feel like, well, and that's the person who's in your space. They're just there where you are. What are their problems? And just solve them. And then we'll have a better Kenya.
And this person becomes more productive because now by removing the burden from off of them, they can give more energy to what they're doing and do it even better.
And let me also talk to people who say, you know, somebody says, I'm not going to educate them because they will not be grateful, they will not be thankful, they will not come and worship me. Even me, I had to be removed from that doctrine. There's nothing like that. Just help people. God has a way of pay you back. And even if you don't believe in God, is it karma? What do they call it? Imagine the universe will respond. Something is going to respond to you because you've just done a good deed. And you see, now let me go back to the word. The word of God says that don't expect a reward here, because your reward is with God. And thank God for God. It's not that he's rewarding us when we all get to heaven. Even while on earth, he will find ways to say thank you for what you did. So I think even when we're going out there to be compassionate, to be helpful, to be business leaders with a purpose, let's not wait to be thanked or to be worshipped or even to be served by those people. You just help people and let them go and be, it's all right. Maybe one day they'll wake up and realize, oh, I should have said thank you, or this person, it was instrumental in my life, but they don't have to. So don't do it with a heart of wanting to get back.
And they might even pay it forward. You could find that someone doesn't come back maybe and, you know, say, maybe you might feel that now someone was not as grateful as they should have been, but maybe they paid it forward because they remembered, hey, someone helped me here, let me also do the same. It's the same concept with training. Organizations say, why should I invest in training my staff? Yet they don't know that even if this person leaves tomorrow, you're creating a more qualified workforce within the market, you know.
Within the greater marketplace.
And it brings the effect back to your business. So,
awesome. I've really had a lovely time having that conversation. So it's Mwenyenchi Monday. We're taking back Kenya 2018 and beyond. Service is our earnest endeavor, and that is actually service. So you're watching Just Angie, Mwenyenchi Monday. This is Angie and Dorcas signing out. Bye-bye.